Pressure coming, and can't get away from that. Hit, drop. That was TreShaun Clark getting to him and taking him to the ground.
TreShaun Clark quickly became a star on the defensive line for the Flames, averaging over 5 sacks a year in his first 2 seasons at LU. It's hard to imagine that at one point in high school, TreShaun was ready to give up football altogether due to a nasty injury he suffered playing in a meaningless spring game.
I was going to sack the quarterback, and I was going to tomahawk the ball, because that's what we're taught. We're taught get the ball out at all costs. One of my teammates was coming for the sack as well. He was playing linebacker. My finger got caught between both helmets, and I pulled back, and that was my first reaction, move my hand. So I pulled back, and I thought I was fine, and then my hand started going numb. And I looked down, and then there's blood gushing, and then my finger's partially hanging off. And after that, I ran off the field. I had my hand up showing my coaches, my trainers, I'm like, my finger, and they're all like, what are we supposed to do? Some of them start crying. It was just I was like, I just need help. And they're like, the ambulance, the ambulance.
After a rushed trip to the hospital and surgery to repair his finger, TreShaun received the news that he expected, but still dreaded.
They told me that they couldn't save the rest of my finger, so that was just so I just had to take it and I had to move forward.
Next would be recovery and physical therapy, neither of which were easy for TreShaun, who up until that point had never suffered a significant injury in his playing career.
It was just a rough 3 months for me, just because I was in pain. It was hard to sleep. There were just times where I was just like, God, it's just hard. I'm fighting the battle and I feel like I'm losing. I had my mind made up that I didn't want to come back to play football.
It would be his mom that would finally be able to help him with his doubts.
How they always say mom knows best. I kind of figured and knew that TreShaun had lost himself a little bit. He wasn't going out like he used to. He was more staying in his room, kind of isolating himself. And I went to him, I said, listen, I know this is a hard time for you. It's a hard time for me too. But I can't tell you how you should feel because you're the one that's going through it. But we need to know that we always need to keep God first.
Having my mom sit down and talk to me and not telling me what to do. She was listening to what I had to say and just giving her perspective on things, and just hearing that and hearing her still believe that I can do it, even seeing me not believing in myself. And she was like, I really don't want you to miss your opportunity that God has given you. And that was hitting.
TreShaun has just done the best he could do, and everything that happened in that moment needed to happen. It was necessary to mold him to be the man that he needed to be today.
After his faithful journey that was inspired by his mother's faith in him, TreShaun would accomplish his goal of playing college football at the highest level.
I went from not thinking I was going to get any offers to getting offers and being able to come to a great school like this, and just to see what we've done since I've been here is just amazing. Seeing that having faith does a lot, just believing that you can do something really does a lot for you.
It brings tears to my eyes because it shows me as a mother that I did what I had to do as a mother. And all in that, it shows me that God is really working not in just my life, but in my children's life. And TreShaun was able to show that no matter how hard something gets, if you stay positive and you keep God first and persevere, the skies are the limits.